Srimanta Sankardeva was one day born in Assam as a prophet sent here by God. If we go back to the days before the birth of Sankardeva, we find people at that time were basically initiated into Hinduism. Then, Assam was a melting pot of various castes and tribes. Various superstitions, baseless dogmas were prevailing in the name of religious faiths. In the name of yajnas and religious worship, animals were sacrificed before the gods and goddesses, thus reddening the sacrificial altars with raw blood. There was also mention of human sacrifices in some places. In the Middle Age, different kinds of superstitions were on the rise, not only in Assam but in different parts of India also. Social menaces like casteism, untouchability, inequality, and so on flourished unabated. In order to initiate a new awakening by unifying this society, Srimanta Sankardeva was born in Assam in 1449 AD, going through the Vedas, Vedantas, Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavat, and all other religious books, and churning out the gist from them. He presented before people the path of truth in a very strong yet simple way. This great social reformer put forward his view before the society that the one and only God is behind the creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe. Srimanta Sankardeva offered the suggestion that only Lord Vishnu should be worshipped. Sankardeva had gone through the great Hindu religious books like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Puran, and holding the main theme of these religious books in high esteem, he propounded the Ekasarana Dharma and disseminated it among the people in Assam. Doing Nam Prahanga is an integral part of this particular dharma. It is believed that one can attain everything by doing Nam Kirtan in the name of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In order to praise this Navavaishnava Dharma among common people, Mahapurush Srimanta Sankardeva used all the fine arts as effective tools. He was at the same time a religious preacher, social organizer, good singer, dance artist, actor, player of instruments, artisan, sculptor, and he was also a person enriched with technical knowledge. The Brindavani Brastra is a large piece of cloth woven by the Assamese weavers under the constant supervision and guidance of Mahapurush Srimanta Sankardeva. The fascinating activities of Lord Krishna as a child are depicted here in a very distinct way. Some parts of this cloth are now preserved in the Victoria and Albert Museums of London, and some other parts are preserved in the Ornament Museum of Paris. Sankardeva's greatest contribution to the Assamese society is Namgar. The Namgar and its premises are regarded as the most sacred place for all people. Apart from the discussions on religious matters, the arts and cultures given by Sankardeva are practiced here, and religious books written by the Mahapurush are also read here in Namgar. Such a great social and cultural institution as Namgar can be said to be rare not only in India but in the whole world also, as all religious scriptures of the time were in a Sanskrit language. The common people could not read them and gain knowledge from them. Removing this long-standing inconvenience, he translated a number of Sanskrit books into Assamese, and with the help of the main theme inherent in these books, he also wrote many Assamese religious books. Satya Nitya is one of the 8 Nitras recognized by the Sangeet Natak Academy as Satya Nitya. With the help of the Satras, set up by Shankardev, Satyanitra has been in vogue in Assam since 1500 century. Kirtan Guha is considered to be the greatest religious book ever written by Mahapurush Srimanta Sankardeva. It was written with a view to preaching Nam Dharma propounded by the Mahapurush before 500 years from now. The religious book entitled Gunamala is an invaluable creation by the Mahapurush. The Mahapurush composed certain highly spiritual gifts in the Brajavali language, explaining the devotion to Lord Krishna as well as glorifying his name. Later on, these gifts are named as Borgits. The Mahapurush created the Ankyanat, Bhavna, so that the common people could easily understand and realize the different aspects of religion. This is yet another superb creation by the Mahapurush. The Assamese people will be able to remain proud forever for religious books and poetical works composed by the Mahapurush. He enriched the garner of Assamese literature by creating poetical works, translated works, Ankiyanat, gift, books of religious verses used for Namprahanga and so on. Srimanta Sankardeva was a person with multiple talents. It is said that he could surprise as well as impress people with the three ways: appearance, strength, and quality. He gave proof of his matchless strength in everything he did, beginning from defeating the angry ox to swimming across the Brahmaputra river. He also showed his extraordinary talent in his very early age by writing a poem without akar, ikar, just after learning the Assamese alphabet. He wrote plays and himself acted in them. He showed the Sinajatra Bhavana before 500 years from now, depicting the imaginary scenery of Vaikuntha. In the religion propounded by him, there was no impact of casteism, inequality, rich poor divide, and so on. The Mahapurush continued to propagate his religion till the last time of his life. He breathed his last in 1568 AD at the age of 119. Even before 500 years from now, the Mahapurush tried to unite all people with a bond of unity and with a generous mind. Today, Srimanta Sankardeva is not among us, but his name is still flowing through the minds of the Assamese people as well as of the people of India. Jai Guru Shankar, Jai Guru Shankar, Jai Guru Shankar.